Hello everyone, Henry here. I've gotten another letter, this time from Josh, Tom, Mikey, and Brady. So this is the first time I've received a letter from more than one person, so it's going to be interesting to see what they have on their minds, right? So, dear Henry, we are great fans of your show. We just came back from a 3-week road trip, and on that road trip, we collectively farted 1,217 times. Okay. It became like a competition who could fart the most and the loudest. Isn't that cool? And have you done something similar? Well, boys, first of all, okay, I'm impressed by the number, but loudness and who could fart the most? What is this, amateur hour? There's more to rating a fart than just making it loud. You know, I'm kind of disappointed here, guys, okay? And your daddy should teach you this stuff, you know? Like part of growing up. But I guess it falls to me. So, guys, allow me to give you a little course on how to rate your farts, okay? So when rating a fart, you use something called the S.T.I.S.H model, okay, guys? And that's S.T.I.S.H, and it stands for sound, timing, infamy, smell, and hang time, okay? Now the first one, sound. Sure, loud is fun, but a machine gun can also be fun, or the squeaky balloon, you know? So don't just limit that rating to loudness, okay? Try and think out of the box a bit. Then there's timing. Four guys just farting along in a car isn't great timing, you know? You have to surprise them, you know? It has to be at the right moment, you know? Maybe like when you get into an elevator, as soon as the doors close, that's good timing, okay? And then there's infamy, and that can be kind of hard to rate because you kind of have to think ahead. Are you going to remember this fart 1, 5, or 10 years down the road, right? If you know you're going to remember this for 10 years, then it's infamous, okay? Now, the fourth one is smell, and that's kind of an easy one to rate, really, because either it smells or it doesn't, and you know when it's bad. So there's, of course, you know, just the airy ones to the light cabbage. And then on the other end of the scale, you have like the sour diarrhea ones, you know, that just rips your nostrils apart. Then you're up there as well. And then there's the hang time, you know, the ones that stick around. You know, if you leave the car and go for 5 minutes and you come back and it's still there, we're starting to talk about hang time, you know, hangs in the curtains and stuff. So that's also a factor. So you can like rate those 5 parameters and then give them a scale to 10, and then you find your average, for example. So that's the way you rate a fart, guys, okay? Now this kind of brings back a memory. You know, when I went to school, as a little kid, there was like a boy in our class called Martin, I think his name was. And you know how kids, they just fart all the time. But this was the case here, of course. But with Martin, everyone just knew it was him. It was really peculiar. I don't know if it was because his parents were poor. You know, he didn't get the proper diet or something. But, you know, he was just the one sticking out. Everyone knew when it was Martin. And the crazy thing is here, he had like a 10 out of 10 in hang time. Every time, okay? So the thing would just stick around. You know, often the teacher had to like cut class entirely, and we had to take like a 10-minute recess, you know, and we came back even though the windows had been open. It was like it's still there, kind of, you know. So actually Martin became kind of popular for a while because, you know, if we can make Martin squeeze one out, then we'd all get recess. And that worked well until we got like a new teacher in about, I think, 4th grade. It's like an ex-military man. He couldn't smell anything. So he didn't believe us. So like the whole class would just have to sit and stew in Martin's farts, you know. And as soon as the teacher left, everyone kicked his ass. I actually kind of felt sorry for the guy now that I think about it. You know, I think even today, if I was in a mall, I could go, Martin's here. You know, and I think everyone in the class would be the same way. It was weird. So anyway, that was just a story, a flashback, I guess. But I think that was it, about farting. So keep up the good work, guys, but try and bring up the level a bit. You know what I mean? And oh yeah, one last thing. If you shit your pants, if just a little bit of poop comes out, you're disqualified. Okay? Farting's about causing misery to others. Okay? Shit your pants, that's just pathetic.